Hey, everybody.
Hey.
Hi.
Oh,
Who the hell is that?
Ah.
Who the hell?
Well, welcome to a Hot Takes episode of What's the Diff, where we bring a few topics and let loose our opinions when we are down a man. I'm Master Chef Josh. With me today is Iron Chef Keenan, and joining us today is a special guest, my favorite person named after a sandwich condiment, Jelly.
Hi.
Have an opinion on something we've
Josh is
already
funny.
discussed, want to hear one of your topics debated, you can connect with us using all of our links at whatsthediff.net. Leave us a voicemail at 802-884-3553 or send a voice clip to us at hellowhat'sthediff@gmail.com.
What's the number?
That number is 802-884-3553. Ding.
Bing, bitch.
So-
Jelly, who are you?
I am Jelly. I'm Keenan's roommate.
And Sam,
kidding.
our previous
And Sam,
guests.
our previous guest, is my love of my life.
Aw.
Anyway.
But he is.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking you guys are like,
Oh, we're like a
Aw.
chromosome.
You're like a chromosome.
he's my second chromosome.
Oh gosh. So, yeah, as all of you can probably tell and hear, Cully has died.
Yeah.
So rest in rip.
Yeah. He turned into a non-talking the bear.
Bear.
Yeah, we should really get this bear a name. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. I like how he's just in the camera. He just looks like he's just passed out drunk.
Oh, well, he is.
Somebody throw a
He's
bucket of
just
water.
not chilling. Well, his arms are tucked behind his back. He's kind of being held hostage.
Well, he just came. We bailed him out of jail last night because he got so fucked up, and he just popped in that chair and hasn't moved since.
Yeah, I haven't really checked on him lately.
He's alive.
Well,
Might be in a coma, but he's still alive.
He's still alive, and we're alive. So we got a special Hot Takes episode. Hot Takes. So I will start us off. Would you rather have a personal assistant or personal chef?
Ooh.
Yeah.
I think I would have a personal chef because I eat a lot and I don't need people to answer my calls.
Yeah, I think I'd have a chef. I can pretty much take care of all my own shit,
Same.
and I'm also very particular about how I like things done. And I know I'd be like, no. But I also spend a lot of money out on food. I like cooking sometimes, but I'm not the best, obviously. I think a chef is yeah. I think if I could just come home to like a freshly cooked meal every day, yeah, my life would be so much simpler.
Yeah, and are we talking like a personal assistant like every single day 24/7 or
They're your personal assistant.
because like a personal chef that follows me wherever I go would be pretty nice.
Ooh.
Ooh. Just like, here's some snacks, madam.
Yeah, breakfast at midnight.
Yeah. Ooh, but what if you had a personal assistant who brought like your favorite food with you? Chipotle.
That's kind of killing two birds with one
Yo,
stone.
here's your freaking Cheez-Its. Here's your Chipotle. Here's your grapes. I know you like those around 2 p.m.
You were getting a little cranky, so I ordered you some food.
Yeah.
She reads the room too.
I'm going to combine my answers and do that.
Damn.
Personal assistant chef.
Because I don't want it to just be while I'm at home. I want to have food wherever I go. Yep. It's
Yeah.
food.
I mean, I guess that's
Dang.
fair.
Oh, I forgot my freaking protein shake. Oh, here's
Yeah,
your,
but are
came
you
out of the
getting
gym.
something made from like authentic and from scratch
Yeah.
from your
Yeah.
assistant?
What if the assistant was like as good a cook as I was, but like they had time to do it because they were my assistant?
Man,
I'm cool with that. Jelly, you can grab your phone. I know you dropped it. And
Dang
you're probably
it.
thinking about how you're going to grab it. You can just go ahead and grab it.
It's okay. I was surprised that Keenan actually didn't drop his phone yet. So
Should
sorry guys.
it happens like all the time.
Whoa. Well, you're sitting in the chair that I usually sit in, right?
No, this used to be over there where
Yeah.
I used to sit.
Well, there was like 2 weeks where I sat in that one. And I was
Oh,
just
okay.
like constantly falling
Musical
out of it.
chairs.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah. We
keeps
don't know
moving
what
things
chairs we
around.
like. Chloe's the only one that's I think kept his chair, but then
He's
Chloe turned
never
into a
here.
bear. So
Yeah. No, I just passed out. Yeah, personal assistant chef. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if I have to choose one, it's definitely going to be the personal chef because I
Yeah.
feel you, Keenan. Like, I like things to be done particularly. But at the same time, I feel like if you have a personal assistant, like, after a while, they're going to figure out how you like things, like, how you want things to be done.
True.
Yeah. But what is like, hey, go through my emails and delete the ones I don't want. Like, okay, takes 2 minutes. Or like,
2 minutes.
hey, dude. Well, yeah, because I don't have that many emails.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
I do.
I have like 30,000
have-
unread.
Yeah, I guess like a personal assistant is kind of like they know everything about you.
Yeah.
You're
Ew.
having like a relationship with that person. I mean, a chef's
Yeah.
just making you food.
If I could
Unless
like,
you're like picky.
if
lactose.
so I have I have a fat to-do list, and if I could just give it to somebody to do for me, is that what a personal assistant does? That's kind of
yeah,
Yeah. And
Yeah.
if they can't do something, then they get someone to do it.
for
You know what?
them.
that would be pretty sweet.
Right.
Change my oil.
Yeah.
Take my
Just like-
car into the shop while I'm making myself lunch and go change my oil.
Yeah.
Go. What the fuck else? Do
Feed my dog.
I feed my dog for me.
I like how there's only like two sides. It's either you're doing all your stuff for you and someone's cooking for you, or someone's
Yeah.
doing all your stuff for you and you're cooking for yourself.
True.
I don't know.
You're like, my whole day's taken up.
I don't know.
I have this 9-course meal for dinner I'm planning.
God damn it. Tuesday, guys, is my 9-course day. Go to the gym for me. Clean up my house while I'm gone at the gym. Dude, I'm so stuck. I haven't come up with an answer yet.
no,
I've just
no.
talked out loud. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm just gonna go with chef, just because I feel like I
still want
spend
chef too.
I spend too much money going out on food,
Yeah.
and it's not that good. And if a personal chef knows what I want, like I'm set.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, because I mean, I don't know, all the stuff that I do, I can do it, and it's not like, I don't know. I usually have fun, also like planning things, so or doing things. Like even chores can be fun sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, sure.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. All right. Well, Keenan, how about you?
That's what I want to do first here. If you record yourself giving things to homeless people, you suck.
Ew.
I think people genuine good-heartedness doesn't need to be recorded and flaunted for likes. That just goes without saying. No one needs to know you did it either. If you come home and go, I just fed a homeless man, like, okay, like that's good for you,
True.
but like you're just giving yourself validation because, and what that says about you is you normally don't, and it
Mhm.
says that you think you did something so special and crazy that you need to validate yourself for doing it, that you're a better person now. Whereas someone who does this constantly is like regularly like does things that you don't know about, they don't feel that inclined to like tell everyone about it because it's normal for them. It's part of who they are. If you go out of your way and do it and record it and tell everyone about it, it's probably not part of who you are. You're probably doing it for self-gain.
Or like entitlement.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, the result's the same, but like you suck.
You suck.
You suck.
Yeah, I mean, here's like there's like a thing that I'll see online, especially with Mr. Beast. You guys know the
Yeah.
YouTuber
Oh yeah.
does a bunch of crazy things. He also has like a philanthropy page where he
Mhm.
goes out and helps people, like build like 1,000 wells in Africa, or he paid for a relatively cheap eye surgery for people that couldn't afford it, and gave like 100 people back their vision or something.
Wow.
I think, yes, I think he's an outlier. I think his page is built on, he gets money by views for giving people money. And it's a
Yeah.
cycle. His page
Right.
is a cycle of that. And I think that's an outlier. And I think that's true. But like saying, well, there's this one YouTuber who does this and whatever, and he's actually good is akin to saying, I have a black friend. I think it's like, yeah,
In the same kind of.
that guy has the platform. His page was built on that platform, and he gets tons of money for doing that. I think he bought his mom a house or paid for her mortgage, and she was like, oh, blah, blah. But he was like, Mom, I made more money making the video than I actually spent on your house.
Oh,
So you did me a favor.
Lord.
So his page is built on people want to watch how
Right.
much money he can give, but like he has also absurd amount of money. Whereas like as someone going, here's $20 person, and oh look at me, I'm so great, is a bit different. So
Yeah.
And do we know these people are actually people that he's helping that are in need, or is this just all for video?
I think he's a pretty honest guy.
He's pretty honest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fairly.
But I
Because
think
feel
it- yeah.
like people that are feeding, like you were saying, the homeless and stuff, you're supposed to do that out of the own kindness of your own heart. Like it's
Yeah.
not supposed to be something that you're just showing off to everybody. Like, look what I'm doing.
Yeah.
You know.
He started his page doing the most ridiculous shit though. Like I think he started out, he counted to 1 million.
Yeah.
That
just
was his
counted
first
to $1 million.
video. Because he's like, how
Holy-
can I stand out? So he counted to 1 million. And then he just gets all this money. I think I saw him on a podcast. He was talking like he doesn't even make that much money. His wiggle room is actually quite small. Because every like if he makes millions to $3 million recording a video, he'll spend 4 million on the next one.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he spends a ton of money to get a shit ton of
To
views and
ma-
make more money,
yeah.
but he has to spend the money. So giving the money away is akin to is also like spending the money.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So that's just his platform is weird.
Huh.
It's like
Yeah.
it's like a crazy social experiment.
So, I mean, like, so are you saying just like in general, he is an outlier? Because I mean, there are YouTubers out there that will do kind of the same thing. I see one lately, which I really don't like, is they'll go to like a food stand and be like, hey, can you make me 100 hot dogs? The hot dogs gets like, no, why would do you want 100 hot dogs? You're gonna clear me out for the day. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna buy all your hot dogs. I'm going to do it for the homeless. And the guy's like, okay, I guess I'll make the hot dogs. And so he makes the hot dogs. And then he goes out and shows a video of him giving hot dogs to the homeless people. Like, hey, you want a hot dog? You want two? And then he like goes back to the hot dog stand. He's like, thank you so much for that. I want to give you another $500.
Oh wow.
So he's helping the local business and he's also feeding the homeless. But the only way it's funded is through people watching it and the person making the video,
Yeah.
I guess my question to them is, what the fuck? Why are you doing that? Like, I
Sure,
mean, I
too,
think it's
like-
just fucking weird. Like, you suck. Like that. I don't understand the point of. He feels so fucking good for that. Like, oh, I just fed all these people and I'm getting views. Like, I think it is a weird pocket of the internet. It's a weird pocket of like some social puzzle we have going on where people want to see the good people are doing,
Right.
and they want to see other people prosper in some way because people do at heart want to feel that way. But then, like, when you look at it, like, you're recording it, it's so doesn't feel authentic. Even
Yeah.
though you're getting the same fucking result, it just doesn't
Or
feel
it's like
real.
those people that are like, they're standing in the mall and they go and find like a random person. And they're like, oh, hey, go find something that you really want in less than
Yeah.
5 minutes. And if they can find that specific object, whether it costs $100, $1,000, they'll sit there and buy it for them.
Mm-hmm.
And it's based off the viewage that they
Yeah.
get. And
I don't-
people chase
yeah.
that.
I don't mind that. That's like, sure, that's just do your thing. But like I just think for me, it's like when I see someone give homeless people money on a video, it just seems so fucking backwards. Just as a root.
Yeah.
And for me, it's
I
more.
agree.
It's like homeless people. Like if it's just like a person, whatever.
Right.
I don't know. It's like they're already going through a lot of shit, and to just like put their their image into
Their
the
image,
public
yeah.
like that, like this person is probably embarrassed.
Mhm.
It's probably doesn't want to have to ask for money, but
Right.
they do because of their circumstances. And it's like I don't think if they had more money and had more of a say, like think about people that do have money, they don't want to be recorded.
Right.
Usually,
So-
yeah.
Yeah, so like to just assume like, oh, you're a lower life form, I'm going to record you because I'm giving you money. This is a fair exchange. That's just whack.
Right.
Yeah,
You know?
there's definitely a power play in there
Yeah.
that doesn't sit well with me.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of icky.
It's like, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's a power play.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
those videos that I see, like I do not like them. I don't watch them
Yeah.
except for the hot dog one. I just had because I was so intrigued because usually the people that are making it are like, huh, okay, yeah, you're helping people, that's cool. And this hot dog stand guy was just like annoyed. He's like, are you kidding me? Like this
Yeah.
is you're lying. I don't like this. Like even at the end when he was like, I'll give you like $500. The guy's like, nope, just use the money, help out other people. I'm done with you.
And watching the
Yeah.
video is one thing too. Like if I were to see that video, I'd be like, that's gross. If I was downtown walking and I saw some guy going, "What's up, guys? Fucking today we're here," and he was like, had his phone in the face of homeless people, giving them hot dogs.
Right.
Like, dude, put your fucking phone down and do it. Like, I don't know. I understand this is your job that you've made, and that goes to another hot take I want to bring up sometime. YouTube was much better before it was jobs. YouTube was
Yeah.
better when it was creative and not just a job for people. It's
True.
changed everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. But yeah, the power play is
I
gross.
agree. That's
Yeah.
pretty gross.
Not a fan.
Cool.
All right, Jelly, what's your hot
Okay.
take?
One of my hot takes is, do you guys prefer pizza hot or cold?
I prefer it hot.
I'm gonna say in most circumstances, I'm a hot pizza guy.
Okay, I'm a
Ooh.
hot pizza gal. Cold pizza kind of grosses me out.
If I'm like pretty baked, if I'm
Ooh.
baked and it's like a warm day, a cold pizza's good.
I mean,
That's like
though,
a very-
you know, because like everyone that eats cold pizza, it's more like it's fast and it's on the go.
Yeah.
Like they don't have time to put it in the microwave or wrap it up. Like it's you got to eat it now.
I think I get there's a certain excitement level of remembering that you have pizza in the fridge. And I think that makes it taste a little better. And being like, oh, fuck yeah, lunch today is going to slap because you have 2 pieces of your meat lovers or
True.
whatever. Like, in that regard, like, it's better in that way.
I guess too.
But,
Like,
like,
if you're
flavor?
thinking about the cold pizza, you kind of have like they all are their one self. Like the sauce is one layer, the cheese is one
Yeah.
layer, the crust is kind of chewier. I
Mhm.
can kind of see where people would like the cold pizza.
I get it. I totally get it. And, like, picking off cold pepperoni is very satisfying. You just
Yeah.
No
cold
way.
salty meat.
Warm, crisp pepperoni.
I think if I'm, like, thinking of pizza, hot is the way to go. But I understand the appeal and why some people think it's better if it's, like, your leftover cold pizza. I think a question is like, okay, if you went to the store, you went to a pizza place, and you could either get a hot pizza or a cold pizza. Would you actually pick the cold, or is it just the excitement, the appeal of the leftovers?
But really, when you go to those places, the pizza's kind of like cold or room temperature.
Yeah,
There's not really room. There's no win there.
I just can't imagine like picking cold over hot. Right, in the
Sam would
moment.
pick cold over hot.
Really?
Yes, that boy likes cold pizza.
I mean,
But I think it depends on the brand.
Hmm.
The brand too. Like thin pizza cold is kind of better than like thick pizza, but I think Sicilian pizza is actually supposed to be served cold.
What?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
I worked
I don't
at a
even know what
pizza
the fuck that
place.
is.
Yeah.
Honestly,
It's like the thick one with all like deep dish.
okay. Yeah, I do gotta say that cold pizza does have like a nice mouth feel, like
Mhm.
something about
Yeah.
being able to like really have the layers distinguished. There's like something about it, and then also like as it warms up in your mouth too, like it gets the flavors of the meats back again. Like
your mouth's like your own microwave.
Ew.
Oh, warming up my pizza.
No,
over
no,
here.
don't microwave that, dude. I'm just gonna let my mouth take over.
yeah, I can't remember. I had like a slice of cold pizza like a week ago or something because I was just like, oh crap, I gotta go fast and I don't have enough time. Like I think I was like being a dungeon master for D&D or something, and I was just like, eat the pizza.
I don't mind cold pizza. I think out of a lot of the foods that can go cold, it tastes probably just equally as good, nearly, which is really impressive.
That's true
It's
too.
impressive. Think about other things that you can't have cold eggs. Ew.
Pasta.
But it gets all like caked up.
True.
Yeah.
And not good caked up. Bad caked up.
Oh. Yeah.
Nice
Pizza.
pizza.
Pizza. I guess colder pizza too could probably taste sweeter, right?
Yeah,
I don't have a lot of experience with cold pizza.
yeah. I mean, temperature has a play when it comes to taste.
I
For
feel
sure.
like tomato sauce like specifically tastes sweeter when it's cold.
I have no idea.
Yeah,
Yeah, pay attention to that. See if your pizza tastes sweeter the next time you eat it.
I'll be on that. Okay, well, I got another hot takes for you guys. Would telepathy ruin relationships?
Oh man.
Ooh, dun dun dun.
Yeah, I think if telepathy was just like like bam, like light switch just turned on randomly in society, like right after this podcast, I would say that would probably ruin some relationships. It would ruin the majority of relationships.
I think if the definition of a relationship being good you're after is complete transparency with no mystery and like and I don't know, like there's not you'd lose in. I feel like you'd lose interest pretty quick because
Really?
you just knew everything. And a lot of the things with like falling for somebody or being really interested in somebody at all times is like the mystery and like the interest and like, oh wow, I didn't know that about you, or like wow, that's fucking sexy. Like if you just knew everything at all times, I think it would cut out a lot of the fun.
Well, and I think sometimes people in relationships, they like being known by a person, like somebody knowing everything about them. Like they know what they want to eat. They know what time they wake up. They
Yeah.
know their daily habits. Some people really like that. So I think like,
But they like it
Telepathy.
because that person took time to learn it.
yeah, I guess that's
If they
true
if they just knew it because
too.
they knew it, it'd be like, where's the fun? Where's the interest?
Excitement,
Yeah.
whereas like the drive.
Yeah, but I mean, some people do like being just known by people. I know I'm a person that likes to be known.
Yeah,
And
maybe
so-
you don't like to explain yourself all the time.
Yeah.
But what if you're I know what you're saying, but I like to be known too because they pay attention and they remember those things. And I go, oh, I'm special.
Oh, I know, me too.
So if they just like knew everything and I went, I'm not special, you just know everything. I don't know.
Who's
Yeah.
to say they know everything though?
Telepathy. They can
Well,
read
I mean,
your
it's just
fucking mind.
anything that you're thinking.
Anything
so.
that you're thinking. What if you're like changing what you were thinking to something else and you completely like brainwash them?
Well, then you're like having these telepathy battles. You wouldn't have arguments. You'd have like these fucking
These spasms.
spasms trying to avoid each other's
You're
thoughts.
lying.
No, I'm thinking about cold pizza. You have no idea.
warm.
No, I want a shot right now. You're talking too much.
You don't know me. You don't know me. Oh man, I think it would ruin most. Yeah.
I feel like people wouldn't want to hang out with me more just because like they'd be like, Josh, you want a shot? My mind would be like, no. And I'd be like, hell yeah.
Everyone would be like that, I think.
like, oh, I feel
You
sick.
guys want to go to clubs? No. Oh, yeah, dude. Woo. Everyone would be like, the fuck is going on?
The things
The
you
one
do for your
person.
friends.
Yeah, the one person who actually wants to go is like, oh, fuck.
Am I really?
I think telepathy would ruin a lot of things.
like I think if you just like light switch turn it on, I think it would ruin a lot of relationships. Now,
Yeah.
that being said, I think once society like got used to telepathy, so like I don't know, from like when you were a baby, like telepathy was just around.
Yeah.
I think that would probably actually make more genuine relationships.
People
Well,
would
you couldn't
talk a lot
lie
less.
really. Like it'd be really hard to
Yeah, you'd have to be thinking about the
because your
lie
brain
always.
like you think fast. So how would you just like
and then people would understand how to learn what lies are quickly
right?
because they'd be able to read body language when you're thinking immediately.
Yeah.
And I feel like kind of your relationships would be deeper just because there really wouldn't be any secrets and everything's just out there in the open.
Yeah, maybe.
So it could be kind of a win-win.
Yeah, I think the divorce rate would jump up to like 97%, but then like 3 years later it'd be like 1%.
Hey, well then if the people that were together, you know those people want to be together.
Oh yeah, that 3% of people like
It'd
they
be
figured it out.
1% because two people would be married.
1%. Oh no.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a good question.
That's a good question.
But it's also like a thing like would it only work if you're around people or like say you're playing like an online game or something? Like
Yeah,
would you
proximity.
just be hearing like the proximity thoughts?
That's true.
Like that would be
The world would be set up differently because we wouldn't have like, I don't know, guessing games and things like that because we already
Yeah.
know.
yeah, like politicians are like I'm here for you and then we hear their thoughts. I want your money.
Right?
It'd
I
be
want to
like-
conquer world destruction.
It's like yeah, I want you.
Right.
That's the one I want.
Yeah.
They think the way that I like.
So I want to pick them. I think it would be a good thing. But also,
Yeah, but at the same time, like, I don't know. I think stuff, and that's for me.
yeah, right? Like you're kind of like sitting there. I like to be with my own thoughts sometimes and just chill.
Yeah.
And you couldn't do that if you had telepathy.
Yeah. That's
Some
like-
stranger walking on the side of the street would be able to read your thoughts.
yeah.
That's invasion of privacy.
Yeah, get out of my head,
There's no
stranger.
privacy.
Pull up your pants.
No privacy anymore.
Pull up your pants.
Yeah. I do gotta say that sometimes I feel annoyed when people are like, I'll just be like sitting there and they're like Josh, what are you thinking about? And it's like, dude, I was just thinking about how there's that guy out there that can like do the splits between like two moving trucks, and
Van
it looks
Damme.
scary. And like, you
Or
could get to that
Jean-Claude Van
point,
Damme.
but like, then you have to hire people to drive the trucks, and then you have to like be really in sync with them. And they're like, that's what you were thinking about? You looked sad. And it's like, yeah, I might
Dude,
never know how to do
People
the
do that
splits
to me
with
all the
trucks.
time. Like, you okay? And I'm like, what? Yeah. What? And they're like, you just seem like you're like, I'm like, yeah. Oh, you really want to know what I was thinking about? Either absolutely fucking nothing
I'm just
or
here getting
complete
stuck
monkey
down
brain.
an alley with my own thoughts in the dark.
I was thinking about how like, man, what if I only had pinky toes? Could I still walk on my legs? Could I have to just put my feet like on
What
roll
if
my
I didn't
ankles to
have
the side? What
disposable thumbs?
if I had no thumbs?
How would I open a door?
What if I just saw them black
Locked
and
in.
white?
What if they're only thumbs?
Oh my gosh.
Onlythumbs.com.
All your fingers are thumbs.
All your fingers are thumbs. Ew.
Like, it'd be so
Oh.
nubby.
They would be stubby.
Yeah, so stubby.
And they'd be like, they'd all cut off right here. Where
Yeah.
they belong
It'd
still.
just be like a knuckle. And it's like,
Oh.
yeah, I don't really like
It
that.
would. It would literally be a knuckle.
Yeah, because you only have 2 knuckles in your thumb and you have 3 on your other fingers.
Why'd the thumb only get 2? Who thought that was good?
Because if thumbs had 3, we would destroy the world immediately.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Slow down the progress a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, next one. I got it.
Next one. Let's go.
This is contentious. Telling a guy to man up is the same as telling a woman to get back in the kitchen.
Ooh. So I will say
Bro.
I see where your head is going. I don't necessarily agree.
Dun, 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 dun.
It's not exactly the same as, but here I'll speak on it a little bit.
Yeah, give us an in-depth.
If I had a friend that every time I went to him or her, I complained about my emotional experiences and I told them I had feelings about something and all they ever said was man up, that friend would suck.
Okay.
Growing up as a guy, clearly, hello, doing sports and other things and having girlfriends who were also kind of mixed in with the toxic culture of masculinity and femininity, I didn't get the space I wish I would have had to explain my emotions to people. I think man up was used way too much. And I think that is a product of toxic masculinity. About the whole, like, if guys are suicidal or if they're raped, being told to man up is kind of like,
Right. It's like
you know what I mean? Like
the man's like supposed to be tough.
exactly.
The
It's
man's
part of
supposed
that
to
culture.
Be strong and always going and strong-willed and all this stuff. And so being told like to man up is kind of like offensive towards your masculinity.
Yeah. Be a man, man up. That
Yeah.
shit is like, it's so outdated. So people still use that. And I'm like, really? Like, really? Are we still doing that? Like, the idea of what a man should be, swallow your feelings, fucking,
Right.
tough it out. You ain't no bitch. Like,
Mhm.
that's the same concept. So for when girls or guys tell you to man up, I just think it's completely useless, utter junk to say. And I'm not saying it's the same as get back in the kitchen, women,
Well,
but
I
is
mean,
assigning the same gender duty
it's
to that
kind of very
thing.
similar
Yeah.
because they're both degrading.
Mhm.
A lot of times, the women getting back in the kitchen is, based off their sexual orientation and their fidelity and things like that, which is very offensive. Women were not made to be put into the kitchen and to cook. Maybe back in the day when women stayed home and they cooked and they cleaned and they took care of children because that's that's how the world was back then. Now it's not really like that. Things also, you can go to the store and buy a homemade meal and bring it home and put it in the oven and it's made in 2 seconds. And some women love to work now and be like independent and strong-willed. But that's saying like man up and for women to get back in the kitchen is kind of on the same platform.
Yeah, and I guess you could also say like maybe not get back in the kitchen, but like, oh, I'm sorry you're feeling bad. Go buy yourself a dress, or like,
Yeah. Go get your nails done.
still get your nails done. Like
Yeah.
just like shit that's like, how is how is assigning any gender function to someone's feelings helpful at all?
Right.
Why does that play in with anything?
No.
Why are we even thinking about gender
No.
when it comes to feelings? Oh, you're a man, so do this. Oh, you're a girl, so just do this. That makes
Right.
no fucking sense. And I think that's completely outdated. And yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. Hey, see?
I agree.
Turned you around
In the
though.
beginning, I may not agreed.
Yeah, I like to structure things very like controversially and then explain
Yeah.
it a bit. But yeah.
But I mean, like, also, like, what if you were to tell a woman to man up?
Yeah.
That's kind of it.
The whole phrase is just icky.
It's just icky, right?
Or like it'd be like be a nice lady. Be a
mean,
good girl. That's so
too.
fucking
That's
like,
also, like,
Smile.
Me sometimes with you
Smile.
boys, I'm like, you boys need to go take out the garbage because you guys are boys. You know, that's kind of the same
But like,
thing.
see, I don't mind doing shit that like I'm physically more. If it's like heavy shit, like okay, I can
Right.
physically. I'm better at this, whatever, and you're better at other things too. But it's like, fuck it. When somebody's trying to just explain their feelings, I don't understand why gender
you
has
need to,
anything to
yeah.
do with it. Like, it's just so ridiculous. So
Yeah, like those people you'll hear like, oh yeah, my father, he was a great man. You know, he never cried. It's like,
that's bad.
why?
Yeah,
Dude, I have a
every man is emotional too.
I have a coworker friend who told he was talking about how one of his friends died, and he's like, I never told him I loved him. I'm like, damn,
Oh.
dude, that's like, we shouldn't be afraid to be like that,
No.
Mhm.
you know. And it's not the same thing, but it's the same realm, you know.
Well, society is very judgmental,
Mm.
you know, and they want you to fit into these cookie cutter pigmentations, and like
Yeah.
sometimes you don't fit into that. Like you don't need to be doing that.
It doesn't. Yeah, I think it's old ass way of thinking,
It's an old ass way of thinking.
and like everybody, girl or guy, has the ability to what man up means to
Right.
tough it out and like just put this down for a second and try to like get through it. That's okay.
Mhm.
I get that. I understand
Mhm.
that. And sometimes that's okay to do, to like stuff your feelings down and just try to get through something sometimes and work it out later if you have to. But yeah, the phrase is just so, what the fuck?
Right.
Yeah, with the original question being like them being the exact same, it's, I don't know. I feel like I have like a hard time having that lens because, you know, what you were saying with the man up, like, yeah, you know, I resonate with that. I am a man and I've been told to man up and I'm a very emotional person. But if someone was like, you know, Josh, get back in the kitchen, like it doesn't really have anything to me. Like, but like a woman, on the other hand, it's like, you know, just get back in the kitchen, or like someone even just like makes that like type of joke, just like, oh, what are you doing out here? Shouldn't you be in the kitchen? As the guys are just like drinking a beer or something. You know, if it's the exact same, I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, I mean,
'Cause-
choose your phrase, but you know,
Yeah,
as a controversial thing to get into, as a hot take.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't-
They're similar. I wouldn't say they're the
Yeah,
exact.
they're not
same.
equal, and that's obviously
Yeah.
because of a lot of things, including oppression. But
Yeah.
I don't think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and how society has kind of treated women and how they still
Right.
treat women.
Absolutely. And
Um,
but on that same token, you do see a lot of. Obviously, it's coming out a lot now. Like guys have stuffed it down and have been men for so long that suicide rate among young men is like higher than any other time. And it's
Yeah.
like, so I don't know.
Yeah,
Abolish all that shit, all the gender norms and shit like that.
True.
You know.
Yeah, suicide
Fucking thing sucks.
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 Suicide sucks. Anyway.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Stupid.
I think a good example of that, and I'm not educated on the matter, so I hope I don't sound ignorant. The suicide forest in Japan, Japanese culture has a rich history of being a man and don't get embarrassed on the streets. And if anybody looks at you or laughs at you, it's like a horrible fucking thing to do if you embarrass yourself. And there's a disproportionate amount of suicides in young men in Japan than anywhere else,
Wow.
because that idea is pushed. This concept of like having a tough exterior is pushed. And I think I'm not exactly, like I say, I'm not super educated on it, but I've definitely read into it a bit. And I think it's like that's like an analytical viewpoint. Like you can actually see it playing out. So
Yeah.
it's interesting to look at.
Wow.
Yeah, there's just a lot of things with Japanese culture. Do you know that they have like usually you'll live probably with your family forever because they have mortgage mortgages that can last 100 years.
Yeah.
The work culture, I read somewhere, like especially like for businesses, is that you don't leave until the boss leaves. And sometimes if the boss wants to go out, you have to go out. And so like in some of the bigger cities in Japan, you could start your day at 6 a.m. and then get done partying because your boss isn't done partying until 4 a.m.
Yeah.
And then you have an hour to go home and shower and then go back to work in another hour.
Yeah. And the concept of bringing shame upon your family is kind of like, it's big
Yeah, and
there
then they're
too,
also like, aren't they the like 2-child household? Like you're only
that's more, I think it's China.
That's China.
Is it
which
China? Oh,
They
okay.
got rid of that.
yeah, I
Yeah,
wasn't sure
2-child
about
policy.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of cultural things that
A lot of
we
cultural things.
are definitely like, oh, that's
I fuck with Japan. They have cool cultural things. But I think, yeah, in terms of like the patriarchy kind of deal where guys should just take hits and keep hitting.
Like
Yeah.
be a man. Paul Bunyan.
Yeah, that's
Go
it, yeah.
chop some trees.
yeah, it's definitely bleh.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I think it's all like the whole toughness that men should have is kind of like
well, it's both.
a
It's
social-
roles. Yeah.
the idea is what gives men toughness, but
Mhm.
we're not actually that tough.
Right.
Just the idea is supposed to create a buffer for us. But since that idea is kind of wearing
Well,
down
that's
right
where
now,
it's like with the women part, like you telling us to get back in the kitchen or whatnot is like saying that we're weak and that we shouldn't be out here
Yeah.
doing our everyday thing. It's
yeah, exactly. And the same with like, go get your nails painted, good
Yeah.
dress. Like you're
Yeah.
just small and you're frail. You need to just like stay
Yeah.
hidden, stay careful because you're not
very
capable.
similar.
Anyway, you're up, Skip.
Okay.
Follow that.
Skippity-doo-dah. Alrighty, let's see. Another hot take I think I will do. Do you think that you should learn the language before traveling to a different country?
I think you should try.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think learning just at least even just like basic phrases should be a minimum.
Yeah, to have
Mhm.
like a slight understanding. I feel like if you know the language, you'll be able to like understand the culture a little bit more, and you might
Yeah.
be able to experience like the country that you're going to.
It gives you a second lens because when you
Right.
go with the only lens you know, you can't read the sign, you can't
No.
hear the thing, and you're just
No.
like American. And
And it
that's
might
probably
help
to the
you
American
get
like
around,
tourist.
reading signs, asking people like simple gestures or like where to go, restaurants,
Mhm.
bathroom,
yeah.
those types of things. I think it helps out with traveling for sure because not everyone knows English, even though it is the first language.
Yeah, when I went to Argentina without learning much Spanish, fuck me,
Oh, lo
damn.
siento.
dude. Yeah, I was just like, they would just come up to me and start going like a million miles a minute, and I'm like, I don't know how to say. They're like, no
Like,
hablo
let me
español.
record this
And they'd be
really
like,
fast.
oh,
Slow
American. And I'm
down.
like, yes. Like, oh, hi, how's it going? Like, fuck.
Right.
But no, most of them actually didn't speak English, so that was rough. I would think I would have experienced the culture a little better, obviously, if I.
Yeah, I feel like it's definitely like in the
Understood.
movies when like people stumble across someone that knows like really good English and they're like, "Whoa, you know my language," because it's not that common.
Yeah,
and English
true.
has horrible slang and it's hard to learn for other countries. So I can see where like our language isn't the easiest to come by at all.
No, it's confusing, and it's made up of multiple languages, and it
Mhm.
sounds like to outsiders.
Oh God,
Yeah.
yeah. That video of the guy
Yeah.
pretending to speak English, and, like had like a little bit of like a southern twang to it. I was like, that
that's crazy.
you got it.
You got it.
Crazy.
Yeah,
I'm
we're
like-
out here saying supercalifragisticexpialidocious.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a word. Okay, no, fuck the Welsh. They got words that are like 3 times as long as that. They don't have any flow. Just
Oh my God.
Gosh.
God.
Like when you see him doing like a weather report or
Yeah.
something, and then you see the city name that's like 30 characters long.
Yeah.
Right.
Fucking Maori has that same shit, like a 30-character long word.
Ugh.
Crazy. Yeah. Yeah, I think you should try. I think you should.
try. I think
Not
definitely.
necessarily just like for people, but for yourself, because you're not gonna explore. You're not gonna get it in the same way.
No.
So
Yeah.
definitely agree.
Yeah. Which reminds me, I'm gonna be doing a trip to Mexico in like November-ish, I think. which I know a little bit of Spanish, but not enough to get by. Like,
Si cuenta, por favor means give me the check, please. Because half the time I'd be like, how do I get out of here? How do I want the check?
yeah, donde el baño?
Oh, yeah.
Si
Where's the
cuenta.
bathroom?
Dos cervezas, por favor.
Oh, learn how to count the money. Because
Yes.
I would like give money and then get change, and I'd be like, they could be ripping me off.
No, they
I
totally
don't
could
know.
be.
They probably are. I'm a dumb American, and I'm like, thanks. I
Yeah.
have no idea how much money I have.
Definitely get some currency figured out.
Yeah, that's hard too. Yeah.
For sure.
Good.
Okay.
Oh, that's me.
Next.
All right, next one. Should sneakers be acceptable formal wear?
For like,
Everything?
work or
Just formal footwear. Like it could be full on tux. It could just be like business. Like because I mean, there's some sneakers out there that are really fancy looking.
But then we just get into the whole thing.
True.
It's like, okay, how clean do they have to be? What color should they be? What brand do they have to be? How
Right.
tall do they have to be? Then we make it more complicated. And I think yes, but also like then we have to make more formality rules.
Right.
Especially if you're like business casual. Okay, now what does that mean if sneakers are included? There's like gonna be a whole paragraph on the sneaker, you know.
Jordans.
Fair.
Yeah, or like working in a restaurant non-slip.
Yeah, but it's like if you just say like wear a suit, you assume they're wearing brown or black dress shoes or
Mhm.
Right.
navy blue. You
But
know,
what if
like-
it was like a navy blue sneakers, like just all
Some
around,
Yeezys.
like
yeah, just where's the quality
Those are
control?
some fancy shoes, man.
well, I mean
Yeah,
that's like
true.
I don't know. It's kind of like the thing is like we set these
Expensive
rules.
tux, expensive shoe.
Yeah, like
I think it looks good when people wear a suit with like a hella nice fucking AF or Air Jordan.
Yeah,
some
no,
shit.
yeah, for sure.
Or yeah, and I'm like, damn, that looks clean. I agree.
yeah, like
Yeah.
like you can't just be wearing like dirty ass shoes if it's gonna be
Yeah.
formal wear.
And I guess the guy who would wear the shitty creased dirty ones would probably be the same guy who wore the shitty creased dirty dress shoes. So-
Yeah,
Yeah.
But also, you don't wear dress shoes that much, so they usually stay nicer. I don't know.
Yeah,
Well-
you maybe wear them like 3 times a year.
Yeah.
unless if you're like for my job, I wore dress shoes. I mean every day, 5 days a
wow.
week, to the point where all my shoes I wear them out until they're basically breaking. My main shoes that I have right now, not the ones that I have on, have had a hole in them for maybe 8 months.
Dude.
Yeah, and I went mountain biking with you in them, and the hole got bigger. So now I have to look at new shoes because now the hole's too big.
I'm kind of the same way. Like I have a few pairs of shoes, but I wear them down until like they're done.
Yeah,
Like my base, right before Base Canyon, I bought a new pair of shoes, and I was like, the Vans I had before, they were 5 years old because like I just couldn't. And I was like, they had holes in them, the shoelaces were falling apart, and I was like, all right, it's time.
Yeah.
yeah, it's like all right. And then yeah, same thing with my dress shoes. Like I wore them until like I could see the bottom of like the sole. Like I just walked through them, and I had those since like homecoming.
Yeah. I think when we're talking about nice dress shoes and nice sneakers, the similarity is leather.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So I think if you said leather sneakers, that would make things a bit different. Because if someone just wore like cloth sneakers that were beat up or had like little tears in the mesh,
Right.
nah. I'm saying
all sneakers.
I think all sneakers have an opportunity to be formal wear. I think that it also leaves you opportunity to be judged. I think that's still up for a game because I mean even
Okay.
with regular formal wear, you're like, really you wearing that with that? Like
Well, yeah, and you see people out here wearing like really cool shoes with like some basic outfit because they spent $600 on their shoes and didn't care about their outfit.
yeah.
It's like shoes are kind of high quality.
I think yes. I think that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, I think it opens the doors for people, especially to allow more creativity because I would like to see more
to be
suits
able
that
to
aren't.
express themselves more. Yeah.
Yeah.
And suits were made so you can express yourselves.
Yeah,
So it'd be kind of cool to be able to like just put some cool kicks on.
yeah. Like I'm going to a wedding in Southern California in like a month, and I still need to figure out a attire, which it's a garden party formal.
That's what I'm going to
Oh.
one in June. It's like the same thing. I'm gonna wear flowy, looks like thin
Oh God,
khaki, but like
yeah.
flowy,
Linen.
similar.
What?
Yeah. And then my top shirt's gonna be. I have a few different ones. I have like a green, nice button up with like floral patterns on it, like a dark green, or I have like a white pirate looking shirt, or I have like an
With,
old
like frills.
no,
Okay.
it's like a
Johnny
white
Depp
a
over
white
here.
linen. Like imagine like a Mexico wedding. You know, like
Okay.
that,
Yeah.
And then I have like a literal 80s like striped golf shirt, but it's like cotton twill,
Yeah.
and it's like super nice.
Mm.
I don't know. Those are my options, but
Yeah. I need
I'm
to
not gonna
find-
wear Nikes with them.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wear like
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Maybe if I cleaned up my AF1s, it look kind of clean.
Yeah, man.
That's what I was saying. Like, you could totally wear that.
I'll probably wear my brown dress shoes because everyone else will. They haven't heard this
I
episode.
don't know. A new pair of Chucks would be nice.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I just like wearing dress shoes. When I have one pair of black, one pair of brown, and when I put them on, I'm like, yeah, nice. So personally,
Yeah. I do like it. It does feel a little fancier.
yeah. No, I don't know. I'm indifferent on that one. I can't figure it out.
Yeah. I mean, I think people should be okay to wear sneakers.
I think it should be
just-
fine.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, it's just the same deal. Like you can still be made fun of.
True.
Well, yeah.
Like, man, he's wearing the fake Yeezys.
Dude, did you really post my function with fake users on, bro? Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Did you see the paragraph about the shoes?
My grandpa, he's gonna cry. He knows what real Gucci is.
Real Gucci.
All right, Kinchman.
Keen, bro.
I'd rather date someone with no social media presence than someone who posts several selfies across different social media sites every day.
Ooh.
That's tough. That is tough because I feel like the person that is posting like that, they usually get something out of it. Like
Yeah.
it's either some type of deal or like tickets to go
beneficial.
places, vacations. Like there's some nice bennies that can come with that type of lifestyle. Now, if they aren't doing that and it's just like it's for my friends and family and they get like 30 likes, then I think I'd probably just be annoyed because then it's like wherever we go now it's a photo op.
Right. Yeah, I would have to agree. I don't know. For example, like me and my sister and Sam, we went to a little rave in Oregon a couple weeks ago, and we had noticed these girls were just kind of like taking pictures on the side, but they were doing it for so long that it got to a point that it was like making us uncomfortable because we were like, okay, this is a lot. Like every pose, bending over, standing up, doing cartwheels, like the whole 9 yards. And we're like, dang, like we can't even enjoy the show because these girls are taking so much time to take photos of themselves that we were like, this is so much, So I can kind of see in like being in a relationship with someone that does that, I could feel like, you have no privacy.
Just imagine like going to dinners and they're just like, hold on.
1 second, let me get the food.
The camera eats
Imagine
first.
they come to your.
Yeah, the camera eats first.
Is that this people say that shit?
Yeah, well, usually they say like Instagram eats first. Huh?
Imagine like they go to your like family dinner and they're like,
Right.
Like, I couldn't.
I
I'd be like,
couldn't.
this is so.
It's like
not
back when the selfie
good.
stick was a thing, and they were like,
Oh,
"Hi guys."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just like people who are down to earth. I don't like that shit.
Me too.
A few pictures is cool. I don't mind that, but like,
like
Yeah.
a few pictures here and there, like just telling you how you're doing. I went on a mountain this weekend. Those types of stuff. Cool. But at that whole every angle, every bite of food, everything you're doing, it's too much.
Yeah.
There's no privacy to your life, and
Yep.
especially if you're getting like money out of it and things like that. It's
that's
a lot.
different. But also,
Mhm.
oh god,
Yeah.
I don't
the
think I
same-
just would. I don't want to be with
Your
someone.
your whole world would be consumed
just
by social media.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think social media is fucked. So I don't think. Yeah, someone who spends half their time or more thinking about it, it's just like yeah. Yeah. Cool. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. There's also the other forms of social media, not just like the posting, like photos and stuff. Like, I mean, people don't really look at it like it is, but Reddit is social media.
Oh yeah.
You have a profile, and usually it's anonymous, but I mean, you can still make posts and either just and like I don't know. For me, I feel like a lot of time on Reddit, just kind of like scrolling through
I
and
do
like
too,
looking
and
at
read
stuff.
a lot of people's like inputs and
Reddit's cool.
compliments on things.
Reddit's different. Reddit's like a
Mhm.
blog, like a big giant blog with different subcategories, categories, and it's endless. There's so much shit, information, disinformation.
Yeah, but I mean, like you say,
moderators, like it's like
you can say the same thing
But
about
what if
Twitter.
if you were with like a writer, like, and they
Yeah.
were just vlogging all day on like what they were doing and what they were eating and the flavors they had and things like that? It's kind of the same.
Yeah, I feel like that would get annoying after a while.
it's more tolerable for me. It's the solipsism, solipsism,
Are you having a stroke?
the egoism. No, it's because someone is solipsistic is solipsism.
Okay, so, I'm sorry.
I
this
smell
is
burning toast.
Can you smell for anybody? Lift your arms up.
Solipsism.
No.
I gotta figure it out.
You figure.
It might not even be a word at this point.
Someone.
The vain, the vanity.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah,
God.
I feel like
Get
that
over
part
yourself.
is definitely one I'm not a huge fan of. Like, I can't remember the last time that I really.
Solipsism.
It-
I was
it's-
ever doing it.
Do you want to give us the definition?
Solipsism.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
Solipsism is wow. Well, that's a little different. Is the philosophical idea that only one's mind is sure to exist?
Ooh.
But it's someone who is solipsistic. I'm trying to use big words, guys. I'm on air. Someone who is solipsistic is so focused on their own wants and needs that they don't think about other people at all.
okay.
So it's
Okay.
like, yeah, it's a pretty good use.
Yeah,
Solipsism.
The people that are posting like every day are probably kind of generally in that ballpark.
It's the belief that only your own experiences and existence can be known or are important. But yeah, philosophically, solipsism.
Yeah.
Yeah, narcissism.
Why don't you just say that?
I don't know. I think solipsism is a bigger
know.
word. And I was trying to sound smart.
This doesn't sound as icky.
Solipsism. Solipsism.
I was like saltism.
Solipsism.
Salt.
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 All right.
Oh my god.
7-Up.
Is it 7 Up? Because I feel like you're
I can
burping,
smell
like,
that from here.
Oh no.
What does it smell like? That'll tell. The burrito?
Yeah,
Okay,
burrito.
that's a burrito. Well, actually, it was a cruncher, it was a cruncher. Crunch wrap.
Cruncher. That's right.
It's a cruncher. It's the
Crunch wrap.
real Mexican food truck crunch wrap.
I had a burrito today.
Really?
Yeah.
Where are the burps?
I
The
had
burps?
tacos today, but I'm not bourbon.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, there was dairy in it, and I'm lactose intolerant.
that could be it.
I also
yeah,
probably eat 3 times faster than you.
Yeah, true.
probably.
Maybe.
Oh, have you guys seen the videos of like people eating with their partners and like one person will either eat really fast or eat really slow, and
Or
they,
the
like,
one
really-
person's eating really fast and eating the other person's food.
but like they're like matching my partner as they eat, and like their partner
Oh.
like eats like super fast, and then
That's
so you
funny.
just see this person just like they're like, oh, I'm hurting. They're like, what are you doing? It's like nothing.
That's funny.
Or like eating really slow, like they'll take like half a bite of a fry and then like play on their iPad for like a minute, and so like there's just a person there with half a fry, just like
yeah.
eat it.
That's fucking like trying to do it without their partner's knowledge. Just
Yeah.
like, oh, that's funny. I like that.
I mean,
hilarious.
I feel like it's usually staged because I mean, why is their partner just like, why are you taking a video of us? Oh, no reason. We're just eating
because
food
we TikTok
here.
10
haha."
times a day and I
Yeah.
have 500 drafts.
I know.
Probably. It's not new.
Consumed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, well, I mean, I can bring up my topic.
Yeah.
A nice, a good old fashioned
So
segue.
one of my topics was,
Segue.
what is your opinion on children and electronical devices? Do you feel like they are overpowering and taking over young minds? I feel like our children are like really consumed in iPads, iPhones, computers, all those things, especially with like being in social environments.
Mhm.
Like working in the restaurant industry, I'm sure you, Keenan, you come across this where kids are like just on their iPads. They don't order their own food. They don't
The
socialize.
kids who are the worst behaved are the ones who have the iPads.
Yeah.
That is, if I did a study at work, that would
Yeah.
be a 100% correlation.
You know, it's just kind of odd.
Yeah.
We're going to be Wall-E here soon.
The parenting is what speaks to most. It's people that don't have the energy or effort or patience for kids who have kids who just give them an iPhone because they don't want to fucking try to teach them
Right.
how to live. or stop screaming or whatever. So we just give them something to distract them rather than use it as a parenting moment and teach them how to live their life and experience things.
Right.
It's horrible. Yes, I agree.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know. I'm kind of like on the fence because growing up, I would like play like Game Boy Color or like play video games.
Were you a
and,
tablet
like,
kid?
What now?
Were you a tablet kid?
No, I mean we didn't. I mean tablets weren't a thing back then, but like
No, yeah, when we were young.
but I mean like if I was a young kid in this day and age, like I would be wanting to play on my tablet all the time. I would wanting to be doing all these different things, but my parents
Yeah.
were there. They were mostly present, and we were still able to have interactions. And
Right.
it's like, no, you're not bringing your Game Boy to the restaurant. Like you're
Right.
Because
gonna
the amount of people I see with their kids with iPads,
Yeah.
3-4-year-old kids, most families,
yeah.
and those kids don't know how to look at the menu because
No.
they're not ordering for themselves. The mom's doing everything, or the dad's doing
Mhm.
everything. If they get frustrated because they have to look away from their phone or iPad for 2 seconds, they start screaming because like I don't want to. I want this. I
Yeah.
don't want to order. I don't want to fucking ask for a straw with a thank you and a please.
Right.
I don't want to do any of that.
Yeah.
I just want what I
think
want. It's the
too,
iPad.
It's kind of like it's double standards in a way because sometimes you meet kids too that are very intelligent and they're very
Yeah.
smart because they have been on these tablets
Mm.
because their parents aren't just having them play like video games and a bunch of toy, imaginary stuff. They're like learning and doing math and reading and using these tablets in a good way.
If the parents are good, then that's
Right.
good. It's a tool that can be used in certain ways, but like 80 to 90% of the time I see parents use
Yeah.
it as an excuse to not have to pay attention to their kid, to make their kid distracted
Mhm.
and just like not have to fucking worry about it.
Yeah.
To not parent.
It's
Yeah.
definitely a distraction because, I mean, even in the dental office that I work in, people bring in their children and we allow them to leave their kids in the lobby if they're above the age of 8 years old.
Mm.
But half of them are left with tablets in their hands for a whole hour and they sit out there and they play on the tablet. And the tablet's at like
Yeah.
volume 100 and you can hear everything they're doing.
See, in that instance, I could understand, but there are child apps.
Yeah.
There's maybe just like a movie
Yeah.
or like a learning program.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that exists. That totally exists. Why can't
Yeah,
we
that's
just
what
do
I'm
that?
saying.
So I mean, again, parenting, like it's not the fucking. If you give a kid that immediate dopamine, all that information at their fingertips, all
Well,
that fun, they're
yeah.
gonna fucking want all of it. If
I
you never
listened-
expose them to the full capability and you just give them like the kids apps,
Mhm.
you know what I mean? And then like you moderate their time and you like engage with your parenting,
Mhm.
that's totally fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like I was telling you earlier, there was this couple is talking about how they bought their kids 2 phones for the year. When they start school, when they go to school, they get a flip phone because they got a phone to be able to get back home if they have an emergency. And the moment they get home, they get their iPhone, but they're not allowed to have it at the table, and they're not
Yeah.
allowed to use certain streaming sites. Like
Mhm.
they have limits. So I think that that's okay too. I just don't think that they should be having 100% access to it throughout the whole entire day,
Yeah,
24/7.
It just speaks to laziness from the parents.
Yeah.
That's mostly what I've seen.
Yeah, and I think I would say overall, I think it's been a detriment to society.
Yeah.
Just with having all of this. Yeah, I mean, yeah, just the ability to be able to be like, all right, here is your parent. It's an iPad.
Yeah,
Go.
exactly.
Go play this gotcha game and don't spend my money.
And I think like having a Game Boy was cool in certain regards. Like, hey, you can have this, but like, you get one game and you focus on that thing and you want to
Mhm.
beat it, and it's fun because you're like, you and your friends have the same game and the same
Yeah.
Game Boy, and it's a whole different thing. Whereas now it's like, I think everyone would agree, like TikTok. Yes, obviously there are good parts of everything. There's informational parts of everything, but if you look at TikTok as a whole, especially in younger generations, especially like kids,
Mm-hmm.
the content is fucking horrible. It's one, the cringiness, the factor of like, again, doing things for likes and
Right.
just liking and constantly watching videos that have no mental substance, that
Yeah.
just like
Mhm.
are like you're doom scrolling. If you introduce doom scrolling to kids at 3 years old, what the fuck is that going to do? Like in
Right.
20 years, I'm worried that the 20-year-old generation is going to be fucking completely unable to like handle adult
Or communicate
priorities or communicate
socialize.
with emotional maturity
Right.
or, you
hold
know,
a intelligent conversation.
even hold a conversation.
Right.
I'm worried.
Yeah.
It's
Everything's going to be through texting.
It's going to be through texting. It's going to be the conversations. The material is going to be things that just make no fucking sense to us now. I can't even like imagine, and I'm scared. You know, like I don't
and
know.
it's funny because we're like in the generation where it was like right in the middle. It's like kids starting to go into like high electronics, and then kids that still played outside when we were little.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because also society's a little different now, and it's not very
Totally.
safe for kids to be playing outside like it was when we were little.
Yeah, that's totally true too.
Yeah.
I think technology is, again, not an issue. Technology is a great thing. It's done a lot of things for the progress of humanity. But I
Right.
think like technology is a really powerful tool, and if used incorrectly, if used as a babysitter, like
It's
is
toxic and
very
dangerous.
horrible and detrimental.
Yeah.
And I honestly have thought about this a lot. And like,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, shit. When I doom scroll for an hour and I go, what the fuck? Look around. It's 2 a.m. and I'm like, no,
Yeah.
no.
seriously.
Like that
The
happened.
rabbit holes. Yeah.
Like if I, as a functioning 29-year-old man, have to limit my own time on my phone, I have to tell my phone to limit me. Think about what a fucking 3 or 4-year-old or even a 10-year-old, they're not going
Right.
to want to limit themselves. They're going to want to fucking keep going forever. I don't want to go to bed. I want sugar. I want dopamine. Don't make me. No. Like, what the fuck are we going to do to cure that, to unteach that?
Dude.
Yeah, I mean, you know how they have the like rehab centers for drugs and stuff.
Straight
like,
up.
there's gonna be rehab centers
For addictive electronical usage.
Yeah, I mean,
There probably already is.
I know there's programs like
Yeah.
Holy
people will
cow.
literally like send their kids over like to the summer and be like, you're gonna learn how to not be addicted to electronics
Yeah.
anymore.
Oh, that is sad.
100%. Just if I had a kid right now, they would absolutely not have an iPad or
Nope.
an iPhone.
Nope.
Fuck
Me
no.
neither.
Like they could use mine sometimes, but it's gonna be monitored.
Locked.
And
Yeah,
you know, it's
monitored.
I will say for any of the parents listening out there, I totally understand. It's a lot easier for childless people to be like,
True,
"Oh,
true.
this is
We're
how
not-
I would parent."
Right.
And then like you actually talk to people with kids, and they're like, "I haven't slept in 3 days."
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Oh, this is their lunch. I was wondering where that was.
I get
Huh.
it. But if people 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago could do it, you can do it too.
I don't know. Society has changed a lot in 20 and 30 years.
Yeah.
I mean, bro, my parents were able to buy a house and they both had part-time jobs.
That's true.
That's fucked.
Like, you
Yeah.
know,
I mean, you
co-
can do it without technology. I don't think it's necessary. And I think if I had a kid and I was like, dude, no iPhone, you're 3. And some other kid had an iPhone, some other kid had an iPhone, then my kid's going to be like, well, I want a fucking iPhone. They're going to be pissed at me.
Well, yeah, and
You know,
like you
like-
go into houses. Like I used to clean houses all the time, and we'd walk in, and there'd be houses that had no TV, and people would make jokes like, "This is child abuse." No, it's not. No, it's not. Just because they can't
Yeah.
watch TV.
And I get it. Like, I get it. Like you're
I
saying.
do.
I get it.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. If my kid was mad about that, then I'm gonna do my fucking best to make them enjoy other things and see the enjoyment in other things. And I know that's gonna be much harder than like said than done.
yeah,
but
I mean, it takes a level of
Yeah.
energy and focus that a lot of people just
you
don't
know,
seem
you
to
know
have.
what my answer to that is? That's why I don't have a kid.
Yeah, and that's that. I think
Because
that's also one.
I know I wouldn't be able to raise them in the way I want to right now. I'm not
True.
financially comfortable enough. You know, I mean, I might be able to, but it would be hard.
You have to
Yeah.
make a lot of changes.
You make
Yeah.
a lot of changes. Even having a dog, I'm like, my life has changed.
Right.
And I can't just give him an iPhone.
Well, I mean, they have like the dog YouTube channels and stuff where you can just
Really?
like put it on. And, yeah,
Yeah,
it like calms
cats
them.
too.
And
No,
yeah,
fuck.
so
you can
No,
watch
I-
birds for
babysitter.
hours.
Yeah. See, I would take my kid out with a ball in his throat for an hour and make him run back and forth. That's essentially what my dad did with me. That's why I got into baseball. Hey, go get the ball. Go get the ball.
Yeah, at least you're doing something.
But I had a great time running after
Me
that fucking
too.
ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me
I
too.
don't know. Yeah.
So
Good topic.
yeah, I won't have kids.
No.
Sorry, it's not for me. I want it to do stuff.
Yeah.
I like doing stuff.
Teach their own.
Let's see. So that was Jelly's topic. So my topic. What's better, fashion or function?
Mm.
Oh. Most of my life has been function.
Same.
Is there a but coming or?
Most of my life has been function. And I think recently I've started enjoying a little more fashion,
Mm,
you know?
yeah.
Because, like, backpacking, I was always, like, trying to get a lighter backpack. I was trying to get, like, super fancy, nice hiking boots. I was trying to make my life easier. And then I realized it's not that hard. And I could buy the hiking boots. I like how they looked, even if they were, like, half a pound heavier. I could buy the backpack, and I could buy it, you know, with a certain color and, like, how it looked. If it was a little heavier and a little less water resistant. I could wear a cotton hoodie, even though they say never wear cotton hoodies, because I like how the cotton hoodie looks. Yeah, it's bigger, and when it gets wet, it kind of sucks. But you know what? It's not that bad. And, you know, I used to work out in, like, super specific gym shoes, and I work out now in my AF1s. It's not that bad.
Mm.
You know, like, I don't really need that much function unless I'm, like, an Olympic athlete or, like, a pro at what the sports I do. I think being the level I am at certain things and, like, the function I need in daily life, I can sacrifice a little bit of that function for some fashion because it makes me feel better.
I don't know. Running a mile in some Nikes compared to Vans.
Okay, running shoes. I don't give a fuck how they look. I'm trying to. Running's hard. Running's hard. So that's one thing I would not. Yeah. Although I did buy the running shoes that fit the best, but then I found the coolest looking ones.
Nice.
Mm.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I feel like I've always been a function over fashion. Like if something is comfortable and it doesn't really look that good, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
There's I got these back in high school when I was dating a girl. We got matching Cookie Monster pajama pants. And
I remember that.
And I was like, oh my God, I love this. I love wearing these. And I would like wear them to school. But the crappy thing is that it didn't have pockets. And so I was like, I can't do this. I need pockets.
Yeah.
Like I don't care how much I like the look of these. I just can't do it. And I think that's the biggest thing for me is that it doesn't have to look that good as long as it works well. So for me, I found out that I have kind of small feet but a wide toe box.
Well,
so,
I do too.
Yeah, and it sucks because they don't make shoes like that for.
I got tiny little feet in a big toe box.
And so like when I was looking online to try and find some new shoes, all I could find was like Skechers or something.
Yeah.
Or is Skechers the old people shoe? What's like the
Yeah.
like okay.
Yeah.
Skechers.
Yeah, and
The
it was
Velcro
basically
Skechers. Shit is heat. So cool looking.
Well, now they're getting like, they're all fancy.
They're sick as fuck.
Yeah.
Like Nike
They're
Monarchs.
making high
Nike
rises.
Monarchs are back, dude.
Yeah.
Skechers are back. Velcro. I don't know about Velcro, but
I love Velcro.
even AF1s, like like big clunky shoes, are so back. Obviously, you know.
Yeah, I mean these ones specifically they didn't look that good, and they also didn't work that good, so I
Yeah.
returned them.
Yeah, I've had Skechers. They're horrible. They're
I like
it's like
Skechers,
cardboard.
really?
Oh God, horrible.
I like them.
I have never had a. Good,
I used them as my work shoe and my running shoe. They were great.
Oh dang, both.
Yeah.
New Balance.
Different shoes.
Every shoe.
but-
Every time I
Okay.
try a shoe in any different category, I always end up on New Balance, and it just fits the best.
It
feels
seems
the
like,
best.
that's been a big thing lately is New Balances.
Mhm.
My running shoes are New Balance. My workout shoes are New Balance. I used to have New Balance normal shoes. That's about it, actually.
Yeah,
but that's all
I don't
need.
think I'm stuck on a brand. Like it's
I'm
quite
not stuck on one, but they always end up being the ones I want.
so.
Well, like they fit the best. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
It's New Balance.
Right.
Yeah, I feel like I can't. First off, I don't even remember like anything. I don't know brands. I don't know brands. I don't know famous people. Like for whatever reason, nothing is in my mind about any of that stuff. I can't remember it. Like
Wow.
That's cool. Though.
That's awesome.
It's a gift and a curse because I also like some of that stuff, and so I'm
And
like,
then you're like, dang.
I'm like, what is that brand? Like, I recently took the motorcycle safety course, and Keenan, you've been helping out, like looking at bikes and stuff. And my dad was telling me one, he's like, this is the perfect one for you to start out with. And he had to tell me like 3 or 4 times before I finally looked it up on my phone and just have a tab saved for that one.
Yeah.
So if anyone's just like, oh yeah, I heard you're talking about bikes, which one? I'm like, this one.
Right.
That was the one. You gotta, you figure out what you want and you get it. So for form and function. For me, like I've had, I think I counted them up the other day. I've had like 8 cars and 11 motorcycles or some shit.
Oh my
10
God.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I was surprised too. It's like, damn, I've bought and sold a lot of cars and motorcycles. That's so like what I'm speaking on is such a conundrum because I was gonna say I figure out what I want and I don't get anything else, but then it turns out I sell and get something else anyway. But in the moment I figure out what I want and then I get what I want, and that's based off of function and form. Honestly, like I'd say when it comes down to like mechanical things, it's very highly function. I definitely like good function, and I think people recognize that with the mechanics across the board, and most people appreciate something that is good mechanically as a good piece of like, like
Something that's like desirable.
as a desirable. Like a Forerunner is very desirable. Yeah, they look good. They look okay. You know what I mean? But because people know that they're very functional and they're just a good car, that increases their desire
Yeah.
and their form. So yeah, it depends what category you're talking about. But
Yeah, that's true.
snowboards, I don't give a fuck how good the deck is. I'm not buying one if it looks bad. I'm not.
Really?
Never Summer makes great boards, but I hate their graphics. Everyone hates their graphics. Everyone.
Huh.
It's just like for some reason they won't change them. Like there's just like so many reviews. Love the board, graphics sucks. Love the board, graphics sucks. I refuse to buy one because they're so fucking ugly. When I'm snowboarding, I want a good looking snowboard. So I'll get one that's a little less good or a different brand that might be similar because I just can't stand how it looks. Even if it's $200 cheaper, fuck no. They look so bad.
Oh,
I feel like a goddamn weirdo.
Yeah, that's
so
not,
and that one absolutely not.
that's not me. No, I will buy if it's freaking dirt cheap and works well. Like,
But I also take pride in my kit, like the way I look, and I really can't like any part of it looks bad. I'm like, no, fuck. I regret it. I like don't want it to look like that.
Oh god.
And then I'll keep saving until I get the thing I want.
I guess that's kind of like you can relate that way with me and like bongs, for example, because like bongs are made out of all kinds of different glass, and some of them look really cool, but they are really shitty pieces, and some of them are ugly pieces but really good glass, and so it's definitely like you can't really judge based off of that. Like I like a more functioning piece than a nice looking piece. So I'm not going to spend $400 on a piece that I'll smoke out of one time.
Yeah. I could never imagine buying one of the craziest the shit I've seen for bongs and glasses. Like insane. I couldn't imagine.
$5,000 pieces.
I'd rather have something like the one I have. Simple, makes sense, works well.
Yeah.
Cheaper.
Gets you stoned.
Get you stoned. You're getting stoned. Yeah, and but again, like snowboarding, takes you down the mountain? No, but it looks like that. I can't do it.
Like I'm not very materialistic, so I don't think I really look into the fashion part of things, in my opinion. Yeah.
I definitely just like the biggest thing being comfortable. Second biggest thing, look good being comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Being comfortable and looking comfortable.
When you can be comfortable and look good being comfortable, you've achieved it.
Yeah.
the pinnacle of form and function. Okay.
Well, I want to know, Jelly, how many cars and motorcycles have you had? Because like when you said that number, I was like, okay, I gotta know.
Let me see.
I added it up. I forgot. You do it, Josh.
2.
I think I've had
I lied.
5 cars, and I've never owned a motorcycle, but I had one.
Oh,
I totally lied. I've had 6 cars and 9 motorcycles.
okay,
That's
that's
still a lot.
yeah, that seems kind of high, but I don't know. For you, I feel like motorcycles, you're just like you're almost like a seasonal motorcycler. Like you'll buy a bike that's for the road in the summers, and then you'll sell it and get a dirt bike for like the rainier season.
Well, now he has both.
Yeah, now he finally has both.
Overlap.
But for a while, you kept like switching. I
Yeah.
felt like.
Well, no, a couple years ago I had a dirt bike, and then I had a street bike, and then I had both, and then sold the street bike, sold the dirt bike, bought a nicer dirt bike, and now I just bought another street bike that's kind of like a dirt bike anyway. And the very first bike I had was a
crash one
dirt
of
bike.
those?
Yeah. So what? And the very first bike I had was a dirt bike. Second bike I had was like a dual sport. I had a moped. I think I counted the moped, which is kind of beat. But then I had I came back from Hawaii and I got like a few more bikes, and before you know it, I'm at 9. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
6 cars.
Yeah, me 2 cars, and both of them were. I mean, one was just like, here, use this car, and then the other one was like, okay, I'll sign this over, and this is technically yours. Yeah, my truck, Burgundy bitch, GMC Sierra. Oh my god, I loved her so much.
Oh, you don't have her no more?
No, I had her when I was 16, and couldn't take her to college my first year because I was in the dorms and I wasn't gonna pay that much for a parking pass. Like my
Right.
truck's gonna sit there and I can walk.
Mhm.
And then my second year I was actually in an apartment, so I was like, okay, like I need to get to the store, so I was able to take the truck with me.
Oh, nice.
And then during I think it was before I graduated, my dad was like, "Hey, we're selling the truck." I was like, "No." He's like, "Don't worry, I'm buying myself a truck, and you can have my old car." And I was like, "Yay!"
Yeah, okay. Out of the 6 cars I've had, how have I had more
I
motorcycles
think
than
my
cars?
favorite was the Volvo because it was like
Yeah.
it was my Dabin wagon, and it was covered in stickers. The whole entire inside was covered in stickers, and then she broke down on me
So yeah, well, 4 of those cars.
on my birthday.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Sorry.
It's okay.
that's so sad.
4 of those cars, or 3 out of the 6 were pieces of shit that were breaking anyway.
Yeah,
Like I started out just like with really shitty cars.
yeah.
So, they wouldn't have lasted. So I had to buy more cars.
Yeah.
Are we saying that we're not counting those 3 cars?
Oh, we're definitely counting those.
Or are we just counting that as one
Because I
vehicle?
had each of those. Well, no, because I had 1 in Hawaii and I had 2 here before going to Hawaii. Wait, no, I don't even remember. But every car I've had has had more than 170,000 miles on it.
Oh, damn.
Oh, dang.
Even my new 4Runner has 196 now. It still kicks ass
Yeah.
because
Hell
Toyotas
yeah.
last forever.
Yeah.
But that's the thing is I buy cars that are cheaper with higher miles and then drive the piss out of them and then sell them for the same price I got them because they're valuable still.
It's not bad.
And my motorcycles, I've only ever lost value on 1 car deal, 1 car sale. I've always made money on cars. And my motorcycles, I've only ever lost money on 1 motorcycle. And that was only like a few $100.
Great outcome.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
I've literally experienced riding so many motorcycles and driving so many cars for no loss, pretty
Yeah.
much. So yeah, it's cool. Oh, okay, I'm up.
Thanks. Hot takes.
yeah, sorry, a little tangent there. I just needed to know.
Hot tangents.
Hot tangents.
Where was it? It's ridiculous to expect coworkers not to date each other.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And places that say like, "Hey, don't date your coworkers." Like, I think those places are dumb. Like, I like businesses where they actually have like an HR department and stuff. They have, like protocols basically set up to make sure that if coworkers do begin dating, that like work is still a priority.
Well, yeah, it's because you don't want people dating people on different platforms. Like you don't want somebody who's a office manager to be dating someone that's a lower, like say bottom of the food chain because they don't really work out because they tend to
It's power dynamics and
cross.
stuff.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And when one person needs the time off, the other person needs the time off. And it's kind of like if one person gets into a fight with someone, then they're going to be mad at each other, and that makes conflict in the work environment. So
I
I
get
can
it,
see
yeah.
kinda,
Yeah.
but it's more like I think if you develop that relationship while you're working together, more than if you're coming in already a
But
relationship.
even then, say if somebody's working a 20-year career job you spend about a third of your life working.
True.
You're spending time with a person a third of your life.
Yeah.
Damn.
And what are you just like you're not allowed to explore that interest, and you have another 2/3 of your life. One other third is sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so you're literally taking out a third of your life, like a potential partner. And like, I don't know. I just see like when you're at work, you're literally getting rid of all other potential partners that you could be meeting because you're working
Right.
for your time is put into this place,
Yeah.
and you're not allowed to, explore that, even if you have feelings.
Okay, as someone who has dated their manager, sorry. I guess if you're like mature enough to be able to have a relationship with somebody that is higher up than you, I say go for it. I say it doesn't really matter as long as it really doesn't affect the outcome of things.
Mm.
I've dated coworkers, but I dated them before I started the job.
Right.
So, I mean, yeah. But I don't know. I just think it's like, I've seen successful relationships in a job, and I understand the negatives. I think HR could handle each one on a case-by-case basis, possibly.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
think it should just say no work
Well, it's
relationships.
the same with like family working in the family in a restaurant too.
Yeah, straight up.
I think it's because like sometimes like if one person leaves, the other person leaves, so then you end up
Yeah.
losing two people instead of just one.
Yeah, I get it, but yeah, the impression that people should be fired because they date someone in the office is like, whoa, damn,
Yeah,
bro.
it's a little
You spend a third of your life there. You can't form connections.
right.
You know,
Yeah.
no best friends either.
Yeah, for me, I've always been in the group of you don't shit where you eat.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I like, even if I've had like a deep connection with a coworker, and it's happened a couple of times, but it's yeah, I'm sorry, there has to be like a separation, and I don't think that HR should be the one that kind of like defines it, but I think if it's like your career, it is definitely something that you need to have some kind of thought about.
Right.
But so what if? Because I've heard of multiple instances where people didn't even know people were dating at work,
Mm-hmm.
and they found out like, oh, these guys have been dating for 6 months because they're keeping it under wraps. Because of course, at work they're professional; they don't even think about it,
Mhm.
and at home they have a whole ass relationship. They live together, so that should be okay. I think people who can, like you said, like people who can make that happen, who are like
Yeah, and,
mature
like-
enough to be able to have a relationship and realize we're at work.
Yeah, and
You
keep
know.
work at work.
But I've
and
also heard of
relationship at home.
stories where people like are yelling across an office at each other because they're fighting. I'm like,
Right.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Yeah,
Okay,
and then that's awkward.
that can be fireable.
Yeah.
That's an
Yeah.
offense. But like, if somebody's having a successful relationship and at work, it's not an issue. It's not an issue. It shouldn't
Yeah.
be an immediate fire.
Yeah, I agree. Hey, me too. Okay, last hot take.
That's hot take.
What's that thing?
And we say last because it's actually the last
Yeah,
forever.
the last one. My last hot take. I am gonna pick which is better, the cookie of an Oreo or the filling.
Filling, easy,
Yeah.
done.
No, it's the cookie.
filling.
I'm a filling type
Filling.
of girl.
No, it's
Filling.
the freaking cookie, guys.
It's not the cookie.
Yes, the cookie is so good, and you get two halves. You don't
Okay.
just get one middle.
If the cookie was the best thing, okay. I'm about to shoot myself in the foot because I was about to say if the cookie's the best thing, then why do you always see variations of the filling?
The filling, that's
but
what I was
but they
saying.
do have like
They
the
do have
golden
very-
Oreo,
yeah.
and they do change like the cookie sometimes.
Oh man!
So-
Whenever I eat an Oreo, I just lick off the piece. I throw one half and eat the other half. I only want half the cookies. I don't want the full cookie.
I take the top off, eat the top, scoop the middle off, throw it away, and then eat the bottom.
You don't even like
So
it.
I
you
though.
don't
don't-
like
so
the
you-
filling at all.
Do we know if they sell Oreo by just the cookie or just the filling?
I've messaged the Oreo company asking for just the cookie. No answer in the.
The
28
filling
years
is
of my life.
really, really good. The cookie is just a plain ass
I mean,
cookie.
if
It's
you're
like
looking for
cardboard.
like the Oreo cookie flavoring, like you find in ice cream and stuff, you have to have both.
Huh.
Yeah, I don't know. See, if I had ice cream with just the filling flavor, I'd be stoked.
No, ew,
Well, actually,
ew.
Five Guys. You can get that at just Five Guys.
You can get the filling
What?
flavors.
It's in a milkshake. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
It's
that's what I'm talking about.
It's so. Oh my god. It's.
yeah,
It's
it's
so
like
good.
cheesecake ice cream. So good, but you don't get like you don't get the fluffy parts of the cake. Nah,
Yeah.
fuck that.
Okay, yeah, that's. Well, it's like no, it's like the cookie is the main attraction, and the filling's like the ensemble.
Okay, but the ensemble tastes way better. And
No,
if I was gonna go to the concert, I'd
Well, you
show
can't
up late.
have one without the other.
Yeah, but I'm gonna show up late anyway.
The cookie wins.
and the
Keenan.
equal to that is
The
I'm taking
cookie,
off
the
the cookie part. I eat half the cookie in the full filling. That's my way.
Like,
And if you want to know how I wipe, I dry wipe.
No!
Use one okay, what are we talking about?
TMI. I'm
Sorry,
out.
sorry.
yeah. I mean, like, I'm not really there for the cookie. Like,
Yeah.
Damn.
I'm sorry. It's.
But like, what about like dipping it in milk? Like, do you like dipping cookies in milk? You can't dip the
Yes.
filling in the milk.
If
I
I
mean,
could
if
take
I could, I would.
if I could take a chocolate chip cookie and put the filling on it, I'd rather have that for sure.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, that sounds
Which
good.
I think they might they probably don't sell the cookies by themselves, but I know they sell like the filling. If
Probably because
like,
it's better.
because you
Well,
can do
they
like
have those like when we were kids and you'd like take the cracker and put the cheese on it.
yeah.
They like make the one for the Oreo where it has like the filling and then you put the
Oh,
cookie.
shit.
I just
Yeah.
eat the cookie.
What? Well, give me your filling then.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
gonna say like
Best
this
roommates
is,
ever.
this
I
is
get
the
filling.
perfect.
Just throw the frosting away.
Put it in a cup and put it in my cupboard, my pantry.
Yeah.
I want that.
There's just a baggie full of filling.
For Canaan.
Oh jeez.
Oh.
You know, go a little high. This is a whole row for you.
This might need to be refrigerated. I'm not even sure what this is made out of. There we go. There's no lactose.
Take
I
it
know
out,
that.
pipe it on.
Yeah, I'm not filling. Sorry. Easy.
The crazy thing that I think
Sam's
about,
filling too.
He's filling.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Okay.
I know.
the crazy thing about Oreos is the fact that they're vegan.
And they're
Right?
America's #1 cookie.
Hell yeah, they are. Oreos are great. I
Yeah.
love the Oreo as a whole. I love the Oreo.
I love the Oreo community.
The Oreo community has been such a lifesaver for me. The Oreo community has given me a reason to live when no one else had. The Oreo community
It's the mega Oreo.
is the feeling to my heart. I just think the cracker could be so much better.
It's not a cracker, it's a cookie.
The cookie, sorry. The cookie. Well, what's the difference? The cookie could be so much better. It could be so much better.
It could be.
Yeah, that's all it is. The could be cookie. That's what I call it.
Could have been cookie, really.
I've never
All
said
the
that in my life.
cookie.
Yeah. Okay. Well, cool. Hot take jelly because no one agrees.
Shut up, Keenan.
Oh, we should buy a sleeve of Oreos tonight.
Dude, I have Oreos in the cupboard.
Oh, bet. Okay. Yeah. I'm stuck.
Ooh.
Let's do that.
Damn.
Sucks.
It's okay. It's fine.
Sucks.
I mean, I have ice cream, so I'll be fine.
Hey, I'll send one on my owl.
Oh, yes. I'll make sure my window's open.
Tie it to Hammy. Make him run over here. Go find Samson.
It's 4 a.m. He's on the porch licking his hands. Hammer, you didn't make it 2 feet. Sorry, Josh.
Sorry, I ate the cookie.
he ate the cookie.
All
right.
right.
Oh yeah. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for coming on, Jelly.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, listeners, that Cully got too drunk and turned into a bear.
That's all right. We had fun
Yeah.
without him.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Jelly, do you have anything you want to shout out? Any pages or people?
No.
Pressure.
I'll shout out to my roommate Keenan and one of my great friends Josh for inviting me on the show. Even though I forgot that I was going to be on the show, and then I got the message and I was like, "Oh yeah!"
Definitely, I remember that.
Let me
I
shout
love
out
it.
to my #1 cat, Hambone.
my number one, only one.
My
Hambone
number
for
one,
life.
only one man. Sorry,
Sorry,
Sam.
Sam's my number one man. Oh, I think actually I'm his number one man. Yeah,
What would be his number one, man?
I'm his number one man.
All right,
Yeah.
now you're confusing me.
That's fine.
It beats me.
All right, well,
Yeah.
Thank you for listening to this episode of What's
yeah.
the Diff?
Also, congratulations, Spencer, on your graduation. June 16th, everyone.
Be there or be a triangle.
Be there or be somewhere else.
Be there or be that bear.
Prison bear. Okay, sorry.
Thank you for listening to this episode of What's the Diff? Actually, next week we'll be discussing extrovert versus introvert, bees versus wasps, poison versus venom. Have an opinion on something we've already discussed? Want to hear one of your topics debated? You can connect with us at whatsthediff.net. Leave us a voicemail at 802-884-3553 or send a voice clip to us at hellowhatsthediff@gmail.com.
Ow, ow!
Hey.
All right, well, boys and girls and theys and thems, I'm signing off. Bye.
Peace.